So, now we come to today's Dharma talk. I thought about what we were going to speak about today, and I usually write something. As you know, I write. And I thought today the topic would be the Buddha, the tiger, and the prince. Now, there used to be a king, and this king had a wonderful kingdom. Peaceful, nice, everybody got along. The king had 3 sons. They were the 3 princes. And they had, of course, as a prince, you get a royal name. One was Prince Fearful. The second one was Prince Shameful. And the third one was Prince Being, who we can term Prince Sattva. Now, the 3 brothers, the 3 princes, one day got together and they decided they wanted to go out hunting. So they took their bows and arrows, and I guess they were going to look for some kind of bird or something to kill and probably take back and eat it, whatever they do with these things that they kill. And as they were going through the forest, they looked on the path that they were going and they saw tracks. So of course, Prince Fearful was the first one to look at the tracks. And he looks down on the ground and he says, "Oh my goodness." Well, the other 2 princes said, "Well, what's wrong?" And he said, "These are the tracks of a tiger." The 3 brothers looked at each other. Wow, what are we going to do now? Well, Prince Fearful said, "Don't worry. I'm going to run back to the palace. Tell our father that there is a tiger that is loose in the kingdom, and I will come back with the army, 1, 2, 3, and he left running. Now, Prince Shameful also looked at the tracks, and he said, "Wow, this heat is really getting to me. I'm hot, I feel dizzy. I need water. Let me go back to the palace, get some cool water that I can drink, and I will bring you some. And when our brother gets back, then we'll all go out and kill the tiger." And he ran off, leaving Prince Sattva all alone. So Prince Sattva said, "Wow, what should I do? I don't know. My brothers have left me here alone. I don't know what to do." But then he thought to himself, he said, "You know what? Let me go see if I can figure out where these tracks go to. And when my brothers come back, I can tell them where the tiger is, and then we can get rid of the tiger." So what happened? Prince Sattva goes through the forest, looking at the trail. I figured you would like this one with the tiger in it. Looking for the tiger, and being very, very cautious, he notices out of the corner of his eye that there's a little hut made out of a few sticks and some palm fronds. And he says, "Wow, I wonder if the tiger's hiding in there." So very quietly, he makes his way to the hut, and he peeks in, and he sticks his head back. And he peeks in again, but this time he stays a little bit longer, and there, on the floor, is a monk meditating. Prince Sattva says, "Hello, hello, sir." And the monk very gently opens his eyes and smiles at him. And he goes, "Sir, do you know that there is a tiger loose in these parts?" The monk looks at him and says, "Well, is it a good tiger or a bad tiger?" The prince says, "Wow, I'm not sure. I really don't know." "Well," says the monk, "if it's a good tiger, it'll just leave us alone and walk away. But if it's a bad tiger, it's going to eat us. Maybe, the monk says, maybe we should make an offering to the Buddha. That way, if the tiger eats us, the Buddha, because we made an offering, will then maybe take us somewhere that's nice, maybe when we're reborn. And we can save this karma from the tiger and spare this tiger's life. Well, Prince Sattva says, well, wait a minute. I don't have anything to give as an offering. I have nothing. I don't have anything with me right now. And by the time I get back to the palace to bring something, you could be eaten. So the monk says, that's okay. You do have something you can offer. Prince Sattva says, well, what is that? Well, there are 7 things that you have. Would you like to hear about the 7 things, said the monk? Of course I would. So Prince Sattva sits down and the monk begins. The first thing that you can offer the Buddha is your labor, your work. Take what you do and offer it to the Buddha. See? Everybody can do that. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to bring incense if you don't have it, or fruits if you don't have it, or water if you don't have it, or money if you don't have it. If you're poor, like monks are poor, then give the Buddha your labor. And on top of that, there is one type of labor that is the highest gift that you could give. Prince Sattva said, yeah, what is that? And the monk says, well, it's your life. If you, in a situation, give up your life for someone else, even a stranger, that is the greatest of offerings that you can give. Nothing else surpasses that. Wow. Okay, I understand that. The second one is your eyes. Wait a minute, says Prince Sattva. You want me to take my eyes out? No, don't take your eyes. But it's the way you look at people. When you look at people, offer them your vision. See them in kindness. See them as what they really are. People just like you. That's a very good offering to give the Buddha. The third one is your mouth, your tongue. How am I going to give that to the Buddha? By when you meet someone, always use kind words. Never talk harsh, never gossip, never talk mean about anyone. That's a great one that you can give to the Buddha. The fourth one is your ear. What you want to do with your ear is you want to listen to people. Listen to what they have to say. Whether it's good or bad, and say to yourself, this is how they feel in their heart of hearts. And have mercy for them. Give them loving kindness. The sixth one, your feet. When you walk and you're going somewhere, are you always in a hurry? Slow down. Take your time. And notice things that are right on the floor. Oh, that might be a bug you're stepping on. Or maybe someone dropped something, a child. Or maybe there's something going on. Your feet can take you there. Always be grateful for your feet. That's another great offering. And the seventh one. Did I mention already? I went through 6, right?
Right.
Okay, this is the seventh one. And the greatest of all offerings is the Dharma, the truth. When you speak it, when you hear it, when you see it, when you say it, and when you walk the path, that is the greatest offering you could give. There is no other gift more valuable than giving the Dharma as an offering to the Buddha. Well, Prince Sattva sat there, and immediately he felt a warmth in the middle of his chest. And he felt so at peace. And then just as he was feeling this warmth, he heard a roar. Arr! And it was the tiger. And he looked, and there was the tiger right in front of the door, getting ready to leap in. At that moment, the prince thought to himself, what is this body? This body is nothing. It's impermanent. One day it will be ashes. No one will even know. If I give it now to save this monk, what a gift that will be. And as the tiger started to leap, Prince Sattva jumped over the monk, and at that same time, the tiger and the monk disappeared. And Prince Sattva looked around, and he goes, what's going on here? What happened here? And when he looked outside, there, standing, was Amitabha. And Amitabha said to Prince Sattva, don't you see? I am the monk. I am the tiger. The monk is sitting down and looking at the Dharma. The tiger is what's chasing you all the time to eat you. That tiger's in your mind. All the thoughts that you have, the greed, the envy, the suffering, that's what the tiger is. But that tiger is also me, reaching out to you to show you these things, suffering, anger, envy, they're impermanent. They don't last. They change. They go away. And at that, Prince Sattva put his hands together and bowed down. So that's actually, believe it or not, from the Mahayana Sutras, from the Surangama Sutra. It's just a little story. Of course, I embellished it, I added to it a little bit. But I think it teaches us a really great lesson. That you're never too rich and you're never too poor to make those 7 offerings. And these 7 offerings you could do every day. Every day of your life you could use them. And you could give them as an offering to the Buddha. Now, who is the Buddha? You're the Buddha. She's the Buddha. He's the Buddha. He's the Buddha. Your pet cat is the Buddha. Okay? Offer that. Give that. Even the anger that you feel or the disappointment or the frustration, give it. Give it. Because you know what? It's impermanent. It doesn't last. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. As a Buddhist, we're here to observe that and to say, yes. Yes. Everything comes, everything goes, everything changes. That is the truth. That this place, everything changes all the time in this Saha world.